Between the years 1914 and 1918, over 500,000 Armenians were killed in a systematic genocide eclipsed only by the Jewish Holocaust. Today I'm going to tell you about the Armenian genocide, what the cause of it was, what happened, and what the repercussions were. There were a number of things that led to the Armenian genocide. The first of these was the control of Armenia by the Ottoman Empire, now known as Turkey. During this time, Armenia was oppressed by the Ottoman Empire in numerous ways, with religious persecution being high on the list. They were treated as second-class citizens because the Armenians were predominantly Christian while the Ottoman were Muslim. The Ottoman Empire entered World War I on the side of the Central Powers. Russians recruited Armenian soldiers from the Ottoman Empire. In the Battle of Sarikanakas, Ottomans were defeated by the Russian military. They blamed it directly on the Armenian soldiers. Armenian soldiers in Turkey were conscripted into the military. All men between the ages of 20 and 45 years old were forced to join the military. These people were then systematically killed in multiple ways by the Turkish military. The Ottoman Empire carried out the genocide in several different ways. There were mass burnings where the population of entire villages, with as many as 5,000 Armenians, were burned alive. Another way the Ottoman Empire carried out the genocide of Armenians was by drowning. Boatloads of women and children were taken out to sea, where they were either thrown overboard or the boat was capsized and sunk. The Ottoman Empire also engaged in drugging and poisoning Armenians in horrifying ways. They would overdose Armenian patients at hospitals and fill children's schools with toxic gas. Although the other methods of killing were quite effective, they pale in comparison to the deportation and death marches. Hundreds of thousands of Armenians were deported from Turkey. During this deportation, they were forced to march while being raped, robbed, and murdered. Extermination camps similar to the ones used in Nazi Germany several years later were also used in the genocide of the Armenian people. There are many different statistics concerning the Armenian genocide, but the total death toll is thought to be between 500,000 and 1.5 million people. The end of World War I, with the defeat of the Central Powers, signaled the end of the killing. The US, British, and German government demanded that the Turkish government be held accountable. Although they were sponsoring relief efforts, nothing was done to penalize the Ottoman Empire for the brutal killing of the Armenian people. Many UN countries have accepted the killing of Armenians by the Ottoman Empire as a genocide, but to this day, the Turkish government denies that a genocide was committed against the Armenians in World War I, as well as dismissing any evidence of these events as nothing but false allegations. I hope that I have been able to educate you on a little-known event in history. The Armenian genocide is often left out of history books because it's overshadowed by the Jewish Holocaust just a few years later. The Armenian genocide is one of the largest ethnic cleansing in history.